This was when I definitely decided that I was going to do surgery. I was in a plank position in the bedroom.
Hi, my name is Jodi, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Throughout my journey, I've met some pretty interesting people, done crazy things, had heartbreaks, met the love of my life, laughed until I cried, traveled to over 64 countries, learned some pretty hard lessons. I've loved hard, lost, won, and then some. I'm a daughter, mother, wife, sister, best friend, costume designer, preschool teacher, senior food awards judge, Observer Style Woman of the Year awardee, secretary, television host, socialite, makeup artist, sales rep, model, and now YouTuber. Join me as I talk about everything from motherhood to makeup, style, lifestyle, and just about everything in between. Come along with me as I show you a glimpse into my crazy, hectic life. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Jodi.
Okay, so the first thing, let's discuss diastasis recti. What is it? Diastasis recti, diastasis recti, DR. So it is a separation of the vertical muscles of the stomach. So you have your six pack, 3 muscles on one side, 3 on the other side, and they kind of touch. There's a very slight gap. And what happens is in pregnancy or weight gain or improper exercises, if you damage that, it can kind of separate. And so your muscle walls are separated, leaving a gap in the center where your guts, intestines can kind of spill through or just kind of be not protected. My separation is about 6 centimeters. So with Remi, I thought that my tummy was slightly smaller with Remi than with Levi. However, with Levi, I was able to go back, had my 6-pack, I was able to work out and have no pain, no trouble or anything like that. After Remi, I noticed that my abs weren't quite going back. However, I didn't have fat on my stomach. I lost about 40 pounds and I was back to my pre-pregnancy weight. But there was something wrong with my stomach, and the dietitian and I, we just couldn't figure it out. So I started looking on YouTube to see what could cause problems in the stomach during pregnancy. And up kept coming the diastasis recti exercises. How do you know if you have diastasis recti? How to check, etc., etc. So I looked at one of the videos, and you see how you can self-check. So you just kind of lie down like you're about to do a crunch. And when you're crunching up, you can feel your fingers drop through the midline section of your stomach. And I said, okay, well, I think I have this. So I went on to another video of how to check. So I lie down on my bed and kind of go up. And my stomach, instead of lying flat, it kind of loafs up. It's very prominent. You can definitely see something is wrong. Once I was able to identify that I had diastasis recti, I realized that I would need to do some kind of exercises or physical therapy to close this gap. And I decided to go to a physical therapist, and I did about 12 sessions. And I was able to close my gap to about 1 centimeter, which was really good. So I went to Trinidad Carnival. I find I speak about Carnival in every single vlog that I do. But anyway, and I looked pretty good on the road. However, there were some other underlying issues that I didn't really know were also related to diastasis recti. So I thought that my lower back pain was due to the spinal or the epidural when having the children. I just thought that it was a back pain that I'd have to deal with. But because my ab muscles are separated, it causes a lot of tension on my lower back. And that's one of the side effects of diastasis recti. Also constipation, just because there's a lot going on down there. And the pushing, when you're pushing to use the bathroom, you're pushing on those guts that are just kind of there. Well, you can't see my guts, you just see boobs that are just kind of there. Mid back pain as well, because everything is kind of corrected. You have the fascia and you have those muscles that are all kind of sewn together like a corset. And when that corset is broken, you're going to find that there's a lot of like pain and aches everywhere because your back is trying to realign for the front that's spilling forward, and it's just a whole mess. Some other side effects could be so you have weakness of the pelvic floor. So I didn't do much research into this, but you could have incontinence, so you could be peeing yourself. And also the your pelvic floor can kind of drop into your vagina. I don't know, I didn't do too much research on that. I hope I don't have that. So you can just feel things are wrong down here. So once I did my checks and I realized that, you know, something was wrong, I had this diastasis, I went and did some physical therapy. It was something that I kind of needed to continue. So when I went to the gym, I can't do regular ab exercises because it will tear that gap open even more. So what I decided to do was went onto YouTube, and there's many women there who have closed their diastasis with exercises, and very, very simple exercises. It's nothing strenuous at all. So I decided when I was at the gym and everybody else was doing the ab work that was given to us on the board, I would do my own diastasis recti abs to help close that gap, and also to just, you know, keep everything right and tight and help build back that corset. I realized that I was having a little bit more pain. Things were kind of happening, wasn't feeling right, and I was never able to get that flat stomach again. So while there's no fat on my stomach, and while my body fat is low and I'm working out and everything looks great, my stomach still protrudes. That's another side effect. And to me, that's a side effect that bothers me the most. It's the physical, the belly bulge. And I'm sure you guys have seen where, you know, I'll be talking to you or I'll be doing my Tuesdays with Tricky over on my IG, and people do ask if I'm pregnant. And to me, that bothers me. I work out hard, I eat right. I went on this very drastic diet for 2 months. And while the rest of me lost weight, my stomach was just kind of there. And there's times where it kind of just looks like I'm about 4 or 5 months pregnant, and that really bothers me. It really kind of shakes my confidence when, you know, I want to wear certain clothes, or I just want to sit down and people not ask me if I'm pregnant. There were a few pictures that people took of me from the side, and yeah, it's not that attractive. What would also happen is simple activities like getting up out of your bed or picking up the baby. You kind of have to recondition yourself in how to do that properly. I don't even remember how to do it properly. Because if you do these things, pick up baby, pick up heavy objects, the way you stoop down, the way you get out of your bed, if you do that the wrong way, you could also be tearing back open the diastasis recti, which is what I was doing, and it was causing more pain. And I said, you know what? Although it's quite simple to find the exercises on YouTube, and I could just be doing the exercises, it's a whole reconditioning. And I said, you know what? I'm going to look into surgery. So the first thing I did was I started looking online, and there is a beauty broker, just simply because I wanted to find the best surgeon for me. So I said, okay, I'll go back to Miami and I'll have more of a selection. So I emailed a beauty broker. What a beauty broker does is they will kind of look at your needs and then match you with, I think she said 5 surgeons that would suit me. And then I could do my consultations online and then go from there, yada yada. My appointment with her is on December 22nd, and it is, when did I try to reach out to her? Yeah, her wait time is pretty long. So I went to another doctor here in Jamaica, because in doing my research, I realized that when women do a tummy tuck, they close up that fascia and they do a lot of structural work within their stomach that is also closing the diastasis and really just kind of strengthening the core muscles. So that's like the structural part of a tummy tuck. So I'm thinking, closing this couldn't be that hard. So I had met with a doctor here, and I realized that the cut that you get from a tummy tuck, I wasn't quite ready for that. You know, I do like to go to the beach and wear swimsuits, and I do wear costumes for carnival. That a cut from hip to hip, I wasn't quite ready for that. So I was talking on my IG to one of my followers. She makes the chia jam for Remi, the most amazing chia jam. And I was just saying, you know, hey, make sure, you know, when you have your baby, make sure you have ask the doctor to sew up that fascia. Make sure you find out if you have diastasis, so you can find out early, so you can pick the baby up properly. And she says to me, oh well, my brother does that surgery. He actually does it laparoscopically. So I was like, oh, that's nice. Is he in Jamaica? She's like, yes. So I mean, I couldn't even like function. So I asked her a couple more questions. She sent me over to his page, and I found Dr. Dawes. And Dr. Dawes is a laparoscopic surgeon. Are they building again? They build every Tuesday in my house. Every Tuesday. And I found Dr. Dawes. So I went over to Dr. Dawes' page, and he's a laparoscopic surgeon. So what that is you kind of have to do extra courses, extra studies in how to use that laparoscopic machine. So what he's going to do is create 2 small holes at my hip. All you can see is boom. Create 2 small holes where he's going to put in the instruments where he kind of moves them, and then in the middle he'll stick a camera, and then he'll put 2 layers of stitching from under my boob all the way down to my upper pubic area, because that's where the diastasis has just separated from top to bottom. I also have a hernia. Because there's a 6 centimeter opening, there's an opening for ducts to spill out, so I do have a hernia there as well. I'm just really excited to kind of get this chapter closed, because of late my back pain has just been a back pain ton up, and especially the other day with doing the Halloween boxes for the kids, the Halloween maze. I just find that all the standing really has hurt my back, and I've been trying to wear my brace as much as possible, but it's just not helping. So surgery is the best option for me, and I realized that it would be way cheaper for me to have the surgery here in Jamaica. I'd have less scarring because it'll be done laparoscopically and not cutting me from hip to hip. So I'm very excited. I go into surgery in 2 days. So what I'm doing now, just kind of prepping for surgery. I'm packing my hospital bag. I will be overnighting. I actually come out of hospital on Friday, November 13th, which is my birthday. And you know what? I'm going to be giving myself the gift of a flat belly for my birthday. I'm really putting all my eggs in my flat belly basket, because I'm hoping that once I close that muscle, that my stomach won't protrude as much, and I can finally have that flat stomach that I did before pregnancy and before Remi and before Levi, if I'm lucky. So I'm just packing my hospital bag. Alright, so that's what? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Okay. Hi guys, and it is day 5. So my surgery was last week, Thursday, and today is Tuesday. So I just want to give you guys a little update as to what has been happening. So the doctor sent some information on diastasis recti, just in case I was giving you guys. I thought my description was pretty good. Anyway, he says diastasis recti is an atomic term used to describe a condition in which both rectus muscles are separated by a distance greater than expected. It can be present at birth or acquired by conditions such as pregnancy, obesity, or previous surgeries. For the laparoscopic repair of DR, you will be placed under general anesthesia and a small incision made above your pubic area. The skin and fat are lifted off the muscles in the same way as during a tummy tuck, and the separation of the muscles identified. The gap is closed with absorbable stitches and the umbilicus reattached in its original position. The small holes are connected and the lowest part of the DR closed, blah 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 blah. Right, so we already said last week what the DR was, the separation of the muscles. Okay, so I did the surgery. The worst part, right? Actually, I don't even think I should get into that right now. Let me get into that. The worst part is this faja, foolishness that I have to wear, okay? First of all, I don't even know why I own this. So I own this from before, right? It has this nice ruffling here for the bottom. See that? Look how cute that is. And then you have these zips at the side. Now the problem with this one is it's actually supposed to sit under the boob. But that's uncomfortable because then your boob plops out and looks like Roadrunner's head. So I try to pull it up to cover my boob. It's just so uncomfortable. And then I feel like Princess and the Pea because every single hook I feel it. And then I did have in a drain. I had in a drain because, as what I just read to you, the skin is lifted up, and how the doctor is able to see everything is he blows air into my stomach. So there's this big hump, like I look pregnant again. So he's able to see everything and work. So there's a lot of air and liquid and fluid that has been pumped into the area. So I need to wear a compression garment to get all of that out and to make sure that my skin reattaches to the muscle and everything lies nice and flat. But this thing is not the answer. I then had a drain, right? So all the fluid can be leaking out. There's no pocket for the drain. So I had to put it through the punky part. It has an opening for you to wee-wee. Now, I don't know how many of you out there have a vagina, but let me tell you something. When you want to pee, it doesn't always come out straight. So to try and aim through this, plus there's a drain coming through there, well, I smelled like a preschooler. If you. So this, like, I'm sorry, Dr. Dawes, I'm not wearing this. I don't know which Colombian person like invented this faja foolishness. I'm not wearing it. I'm not wearing it. I hate it. It's horrible. It's a no. During surgery, right, I find that nurses and doctors, not just in Jamaica, because it's happened in the States too, they're very medical tape happy. So they taped my eyelids closed, they taped the thing over my mouth, so my skin is like peeling. Like I went in there with my regime like top form, like looking great, and I came out of there, my skin is like stripping off, like I look like hell. Quit with the medical tape. Quit with the medical tape. And not only that, but not that I'm allergic to the medical tape, but it gets my skin irritated. Like I can't stand the medical tape. Oh, what else did I want to say? Yeah, just stop with the medical tape and faja. So I am doing something for compression. I'm just doing a regular, like the same one I was wearing to the gym. So I'll wear that. It's not as tight as a faja, but I can't faja no more. I honestly can't faja no more. So in terms of how I'm feeling now, I feel really sore. And the soreness is different from pain. I can't show you my results yet. Everything is still very, very swollen. I'm still having a lot of like leaking fluid. The drain came out yesterday. And thank goodness for Remi and her overnight pads, because this is what I actually have in my panty, kind of just sopping up the extra fluid that drains down. It's so disgusting, and it's just like leaks, you know. It's like when you're walking down the road and you feel something called belly juice, belly juice. Or then like I'm walking and I want to make sure that the juice is running, but it's not going to run down my leg. So I'm not playing cricket, and I don't have balls, but I keep like pushing it just to check, you know. When you're sitting in the car and you feel a little belly juice, belly juice. So that's the gross part. That's a really gross part. And it's not blood, it's like orange. It's almost, you know, it's like betadine, that orange solution that they use in surgery. Maybe it's that's coming out of me. But like honestly, I like leave little droppings all over the place. It's quite disgusting. So I just want to thank Remi for all of your diaper pads. When you're walking down the road and you feel something called belly juice, belly juice. The first shower, even with my first surgery, just having that first shower, I felt so much better after. I really did. And I was just thankful that Doc was able to come and see me, just because I came out of hospital on my birthday and I was supposed to go into office later that day, and I was like, listen, you've had enough of me for my birthday, no more. So he was kind enough to stop by my house on Saturday just to make sure everything was okay and to change my bandages, and he said I was allowed to bathe, and bathing just made me feel so much better. That and the Valium has really helped quite a bit, I must say. What I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start taking some arnica. Yes, my sister beside me here is just being loud, but it's okay.
I'm not being loud.
I'm going to get some arnica because arnica is good for swelling. I actually have some here because Levi is a #1 bus header around the place. Coughing and sneezing is the worst thing that could happen to me. So I have, what can you see? I wonder if I kneel. So my stitches run from up here to down here. Should I take this off and show them?
Why is so boring? Give me a pre now.
Alright, give me a pre. Okay. So YouTube, please don't demonetize me. This is for medical purposes only. Alright, so here we go.
Watch how them stuff your panty with tissue, make it look
I stuffed my panty with tissue. So we will, sorry about the boobs. So I have some stitches here because I did have a hernia here as well. So he just ran some stitches from my belly button back to just secure the to just secure.
Is that crud?
Yes, Tracy, it's crud. It's blood. I have stitches in there.
Lad.
So stitches on the inside run from right up here to all the way down here. And then my drain, I don't think I can show you guys any lower because I'll get in trouble with YouTube.
But it looks good.
So let me turn to the side. It's still really, really swollen. And then this is how much I can suck in. And you feel it, and it's really, really firm. And then the more I push, is the more liquid will drain out of a little hole down here. Let's get close and personal. Let's get close and personal. Anyway, if you are a mom and you're suffering with diastasis recti, I had discussed in my previous video, or in the previous video, like some of the symptoms that I was having. And to be honest with you, to me, I'm now a pro at surgery. Like honestly, BBL, here I come, because I'm just, you know, all for it. If you're suffering with diastasis recti, I would just suggest to do the surgery. I found that the pricing was not bad. So I went to a surgery suite or a surgery center, not a hospital. So the price on that was a little bit more expensive. And because Dr. Dawes did the surgery laparoscopically, that's a specialist, a doctor that does laparoscopically is a specialist. So you can't, like, he's going to charge for what he's worth. So I would suggest to do the surgery. I have snuck to pick up Remi a couple times, even though I shouldn't. So I still have to put her to bed. So I do have to get up out of that chair and put her in her crib. And it's not the most painful thing. The most painful thing is coughing or sneezing, by far. I just want to give you guys like a full recap in case you're considering doing surgery. I would definitely, the laparoscopic, definitely. The Faha thing, my God. Oh, ooh, when you're walking down the road and you feel something cold. So Dr. Dawes, how I found him, I think I mentioned this earlier. So I just want to thank Aisha so much. Like, I just want to thank like all of my Instagram people. I don't want to say followers. I just want to say my peeps, my homies, you know, because honestly, I do see your feedback. I do see your questions. I do see your comments. I do see your suggestions, and I do appreciate it very much. And I am open to listening. And, you know, I just want to thank Aisha, and I just want to thank me for being like such a loudmouth, because if I hadn't have said certain things to Aisha, she wouldn't have said, hey, but my brother does that. And big up Dr. Dawes. He does gastric bypass, he does liposuction, he does quite a few other things. So, you know, honestly guys, like, if you just want to go and get yourself a little, you know, look good, do it. I'm really hoping. So he said I will see results in 6 months, because when I went to go and take out my drain, of course I was checking myself out in the mirror, and he's like, Jodi, nothing's gonna happen just yet, you have to wait 6 months. But I'm more hoping like more for 6 weeks, because Christmas is coming. In my hospital bag, some of the must-haves were my pillow, my own blanket, and slippers, and that was it. Everything else I didn't use, because I just laid there in that bed, and I get so swollen from anesthesia. Should I post a picture? I'm thinking. I get really, really swollen from general anesthesia. So I just laid in bed and just slept it off. What else? I'm back to my skincare routine. I'm feeling a little bit better with how I look, although it's stripping that medical tape, man. So I can't wait to get back to Future Aesthetics to do a couple facials. Right now I'm feeling a little bit loopy. I think I need to go and take a lie down. But yeah, I'm gonna attach a couple photos for you guys, for you to see different things. Oh, so I tried to get this video, and there's some shoddy pictures of this as well. So this was when I definitely decided that I was going to do surgery. I was in a plank position in the bedroom, and I looked down, and it looked as if my guts were spilling out of my stomach. So when you go in a plank position, your belly is just supposed to be there, or if you're lucky, your belly just flat. Mine looked like a bag juice, and that was when I was like, you know what? This is not. Anyway, I'm hoping anybody, you know, who was considering surgery, I hope I was able to help you. I hope you can see that I'm out of 10. I think I'm a 7. I definitely am going to take a little lie down now and relax. It's Panadine painkillers. They're good, but they're not like the bomb. The Valium is pretty good. I did have to ask for a little extra Valium just because, you know, it's November. But yeah, I would say just do the surgery, get it over and done with. I can't lift anything heavy for 2 weeks, so I do have lots of help with the kids. And I did drive on Monday. I did have to drive Levi to school. I'm too, what's the word? Oh gosh, we're gonna do another video where I forget things. I'm too independent. Like I can't deal with asking people to do things for me or relying on anybody. So Monday morning, bright and early, I woke up to take Levi to school. I mean, soreness is there, but would I do it again? Right now, I would say yes. And then hopefully when the belly get down really, really flat, I'm just hoping. I do have to continue to eat well and, you know, go to the gym and diet, because before, doc said that there was no fat on my stomach. So I don't want to eat myself fat this Christmas, so that when, you know, everything comes together and the insides look good, that the outside is baggy. But I'm definitely thinking that this is it. I'm hoping that this is it. The dieting, the this, the that, you know, I'm gonna drop in a picture of me when I did my drastic diet right before Trinidad Carnival. I basically stopped eating so much things and my belly was still big. My legs were slim, my legs looked the best they've ever looked. And still something was wrong. So I'm really hoping that this is the answer. And I'm sorry if I'm going like back and forth and all over the place. Your girl is under some medication. Anyway guys, that's it for this video. I just burped. I'm gonna drop in some pictures. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments. I do see my comments and I will answer you. Please do not take the ugly picture of me lying down in the hospital bed and post it anywhere. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna block out my eyes because I don't want anybody passing it. You know, I'm not even gonna post that picture. When you're walking down the road and you feel something cold, belly juice, belly juice. When you're walking in the mall and you think you're gonna fall, it's belly juice, belly juice. When you're when you're bathing in the shower and you feel something on your flower, it's belly juice, belly juice. Oh, when is this belly juice supposed to start like it? I'm not gonna show that. I will definitely get demonetized if I shoot I shoot belly juice at you. It's so disgusting. Oh, but it feels so nice to not have on my belly band right now. Dr. Dawes, I'm about to put it back on. Dr. Dawes. I go for massages, so I have to go for massages. Dr. Dawes said 6 to 8 massages. So what that does is basically, like right now, feeling my stomach, I can feel little air bubbles in there, and I can feel fluid pockets because of how they separated the skin from the belly area. So the massages just really push that out. I guess it's like when you're putting tint on a car glass. So I'm putting, yeah. So the masseuse is like the tinter and I'm the car glass. And I don't want any air bubbles in my tint. I want to be a Benz car glass. Yeah. That analogy is so amazing. Belly juice, belly juice. When you're sitting in the chair and you have a little fare, when you look it's belly juice, belly juice. And YouTube, I will have you know that that is an original song, so you can't defund me, demonetize me, whatever it is. Anyway guys, that's it for this episode of This is Jodi. I need to take it easy with the medication. I'm gonna post all the pictures. Please guys, moms, if you have any questions, if you are free to ask anything in the comments, you want to ask something personal, private, you can jump into my DMs on Instagram, Jodi Jinx. I'll definitely answer you. I'll be 100% honest. I definitely want to help you, you know, because I find that, you know, when people do surgeries, especially plastic surgeries, my boob video is coming, it's coming. I just find it would be so much helpful if we're open and honest so we can help another person, you know what I mean? Because you don't want to send somebody to a surgeon where, like, I could have easily gone to another surgeon and gotten a huge, big tummy tuck scar for no reason. I did not need, or I don't need, a tummy tuck. I hope I don't need a tummy tuck. This had better work. This had better work, and this is the end of surgeries for me. Well, except maybe my nose. Bye guys, that's it. Thanks for watching my YouTube channel. If you'd like more crazy content, please click that subscribe button. And if you want to hear me sing the Belly Juice song, the second verse, make sure you click the like button. And I will see you next time right here on This is Jodi. Belly Juice. Belly Juice. Jodi Rebels. Belly, no, it should be Belly Juice. Belly Juice. When you're walking down the road and you feel something cold, belly juice, belly juice. Ladies and gentlemen, now performing a hit song, Belly Juice. Oh, when you're walking down the road and you feel something cold, belly juice, belly juice. I just wanted to, I forgot to mention to you guys, so a lot of moms have, it's called a C-section shelf. So if you notice in the picture where I'm lying down, you see my belly button looking all cruddy. You'll see the drain and then you see a line of stitching. So most OBGYNs, they are not plastic surgeons. So when they're closing that C-section, it's not a hole. When they're closing the incision that they've made for the C-section, sometimes they do the suturing too tight, and so Dr. Dawes, he can actually release that shelf, so that's why you see stitching there. And along with the soreness, I feel a little tightness, but you know what, tightness down there is nothing new to me, so that's why I forgot to mention it earlier. Yeah, tight up, right up. Belly juice. Belly juice. When you're walking down the road and you feel something cold. I'm done. Let me go take some more Valium. This is like a vacation for me. It's like a vacation because, like, I have no responsibility except if I know I'm going to drive the children. But right now,